I've always recommended when you're there, say in Mexico City, and you're dating, that you use, if you need an interpreter, if the woman doesn't speak that much English, that you use different interpreters.
Keep in mind that for the majority of the women, they have never been to any event like that. They might be, entertaining for the first time the idea of meeting a foreigner in their head. So they may be a little, nervous, scared, but it doesn't mean that they're not interested. And if she says, okay, I'm gonna ask maybe Ala or Eucharis to contact you later. I'm not gonna give you my phone. It doesn't mean no. Let the matchmaker make a note on that, because they still don't know, we've explained them about Imbra and everything, but it's still a lot of new information for them. So they may not I don't want to give him, my phone number. Not because she's not interested, but just because, they have, how it works, or she doesn't speak English. So, I don't know, I don't want to, mess it up. Because we had that happened, that a couple was talking through the website, was all good because, all the communication is supported by consultants that we have, who are translators as well, And then they started talking through WhatsApp, through Google Translator, and it was a total mess. They were not understanding each other, and they were like, writing us, can you help us? Because I don't know what happened. Everything was great before, and now we're talking. So we just, found some mistakes in translation and misunderstanding. So it's in the beginning, it's always better to have someone else, assisting you with that, especially for them, because they're a little, they didn't have to travel. You guys are a little more brave. I can see that, rather than women, you made it all the way here and you're like, okay, I'm gonna meet 80 women today,
And 80 tomorrow.
Yeah, and 80 tomorrow, so.
When you're in this social event, there's so much support. It's so much different than just being one-on-one. Some guys don't go, I don't know, I couldn't be in that big area with all these women and these guys. But when you're there, it's different. Yes, it can be intimidating sometimes at first, but everyone's trying to help everyone too, pretty much. And so you just find your place. You fit in, and it's really cool, I think. So yeah, I would not worry about that at all, being shy or timid when you're there. Especially if we notice that you're a little bit shy, we will try to pair you with your matchmaker, who's going to be at your side all night, by the way, at these group events that you're seeing here. And we'll try to pair you with someone who's going to be a little more aggressive, a little more outgoing. And I think that helps some of the shyer guys. And all of a sudden they feel more comfortable because they have this, this aggressive wing woman who's at their side all night, helping them talk to the women, helping them get the dates. Again, this is another case, just like correspondence that we were talking about, where you have someone helping you talk to the women and helping the women talk to you. Even though you're right there in the room, they're still helping, and they're going to put a little bit of their spin on the conversation. Same with correspondence. It's going to happen because you have a third person involved. There's one story that it's kind of funny, actually. It's one of our executive clients was really, really in love with this woman in Odessa, and they thought that the two of them were meant for each other. She really did not speak much English, so she had a translator that was with them all the time. The translator was doing her best to translate, but you're human, and when you're working with someone, you're gonna impart some of your personality, some of your spin on it. And so they're always together, and they were using the same matchmaker interpreter the whole time. And then when they went off on their own, they went to another country. I think it was Dominican or someplace. And it was just the two of them without that third person. And all of a sudden it wasn't the same. It was like, oh, wow, we're missing something. Yeah, they were missing the third party who was kind of helping them along. And then they realized that maybe they weren't right for each other. And they ended up not getting married. And then she met someone else, and then she married that person. So a third party can have an influence in this. That's why I've always recommended when you're there, say in Mexico City, and you're dating, that you use, if you need an interpreter, if the woman doesn't speak that much English, that you use different interpreters so that you get a better idea of what she's really like, as opposed to the same one all the time. But again, that's going to happen when you have people helping. And sometimes it's really great, and sometimes it helps very well. Sometimes it can spin a little bit, but you have to understand that can happen. And then if you understand that, then you're prepared for it.
for that one special woman to complete your life? Join men from all over the world as they take a trip and find their future brides.
AcapulcoWomen.com